Wednesday. And we just came from the 1111 portal. Today I was directed to have our wonderful infinite symbol for this Lion's Gate. It's the 888 hertz. It's a frequency of abundance. And that's today. Yeah, it's like being in this energy right now, but also being in this energy. And we have a garnet, an amethyst, a queen's crown, and a king. And also what came out was this, an accelerated motion. Something's about to happen. A message here. Keep going. Another message here. Archangel Sandalphon, center and ground. Look at this. You can see like there's another grounding here with love. And we have on the other side here a femme fatale. its keywords today are attraction, magnetism, infatuation. Of course, you saw that attraction was hers, right? So they're not trying to make you forget about everything. They want you to have everything. And what's it say? For every man, there exists a bait which he cannot resist swallowing. Listen, if you had figured out what that really, really meant in your life and who that person is, hey, like Madonna said, you gotta put your love to the test. And our wonderful 888 message today. Look how 8 that is. I hope you ate it up. Why am I being so corny today? Because 4 plus 4 is 8. They're not playing around today, guys. Who's an 8 here? I have a few November 8 people. That was just the other day. Did something happen on the 8th? Let's read a little bit about what number 44 is about here. Sorry, I'm usually prepped, but you know. These go here. They start when they start. Now, I know how concerts start, Lee. Your heart has a heightened connection with higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter the world. Your doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance, and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. How amazing is that? Oh, love this. Okay, so after yesterday's 11/11, I had a crazy day, but I had a great day, and I was out in the world, and I had a few miracles just happen, just with my car, and like some great choices I made with some insurance and different things that just kind of kicked in, and they just caught it in time, and I felt like so blessed at the same time, because just a lot of mishaps had gone on. It was a real Mercury retrograde moment in life. Well, I hope you had a memorable day yesterday. I enjoyed my 11/11 video. I hope that you had a chance to see that. And I also wanted to just give an invitation to enjoying these wonderful meditations with me, because I feel like, I hope you don't mind my whole bedroom scene. And the reason why I wanted to do that is I just wanted to be as authentic to a person's like life and soul as possible. In this case, like obviously a meditation should really just go on best before you even like leave the vicinity to deal with another person. And the reason for that is because you can just contain your essence and be in your true spirit. Because I've noticed yesterday that when I colluded my spirit with another person before doing my reading, that I was very erratic. And it's because that certain person has this energy because they're always trying to get things done, and they're always looking to just get someone's energy to like put into their stuff. It seems like their manifestation can only come from another person's energy. Well, that's a different story. Anyway, so back onto today, what I'm trying to say here is that it enforces the fact that like we should really stay within your own self if you would like to really do this. So I hope that you enjoy my little bedroom bed tarot, because I feel like it really is something that it's doable, and you could just make your space into like a beautiful like sanctuary for yourself. And that's the whole point of like why it is like I do this here for myself, because I feel like you can always be like creating the comfort that you want. I've come from places where like beautiful spas are made for people to go to, and of course you can enjoy that all the time, but there's some days you can't be there, and you can just make your little heaven on earth, right? One of my messages here. But listen, when I saw this lady today, I said, well, she looks awful familiar. I'm talking about the little red rose here. I mean, that kind of like represents, the little cardinal right next to her as well. I saw a cardinal in the bush the other day. At some reason, I feel this reading is about me a little bit. No, we all have that person, But in reality, it's trying to say, it's like, you are delicious to someone, and don't you dare forget that. And if you ever knew that, how that person, because you could think about your person, how like, or whomever, like that you'll push everyone aside just to have this thing, or this person, or obviously you married someone, or you're in a wonderful relationship because you believe that person was like hitting, a great place in yourself, whatever reason that was, hopefully it was love. All right, but let's go back over here. What's this accelerated motion? This accelerated motion happened when I was actually having this little pre-thing, when I just put that song out there. When I find those songs, I want to let you know I'm never really thinking about them at any point in time. They really just pop in my head. But once I had popped it in my head and I got into that point, I'm like, holy crap. This is possible another message. This is the flavor. This is something that needed to really just be here. So could it just be that? We don't know, but definitely we know, because of this wonderful 888 here, that we're in a receiving state right now. We are in a grounded state right now. We are standing in our own attractive magnetism and sexuality in its highest possible best way it could be. And what's the current reading today? We have triumphant success and Ace of Swords. Communication, brand new, whatever. Who knows what this really means, but it's good news so far. And it will come from a wish. Ooh, see all that light going on here? There's a lot of light. So a lot of light today. What are we going to see over here? Whoa. Well, that's a little stark difference. Well, who knows what we're going to be heartbroken about, or if ever, or maybe we're looking at it at a brand new way. Who knows? Maybe it's the final look of this. But there's an accelerated motion here, right? So where is it coming from? A wish fulfillment and a empress and a crown. So far, really, I mean, it just means that we're possibly addressing some heartbreak today. Maybe the light's coming out here, where we were rising out of it, from this cave here. But maybe it's our last day here. Who knows? All right. Why? Hope has returned because of the fact that a closed door and someone has come to open this door. And we see that it was after quite a long time that a lot of a lot of thought has gone into this. This Eight of Cups, or this Eight of Mirrors right here, is about a reflection of a man. As you can see that now he has a little, he has a guide now. And this guide is a wonderful new consciousness who is directing the way here. And this once person who wasn't really this person here has now become this wise person. And you see that there's some sort of like discussion or something coming through from the darkness till now, right? Coming from the darkness, so we're still there here. But it's a dissipation. What do we have? Two aces in a row. Ace of Swords, and Ace of Wands. This is a different deck. Wow. So something new is coming to that. And what do we have here? So the transformation begins as this all happens. So this new beginning is coming to wash away this whole thing here. And we might just have one more day of looking at this. And you have Five of Scrolls. These are some vicious cards here. Well, this over here has gone over here. So, what do we see? Yeah, I guess the truth about what has gone on here, and it's going to be in this transformation. It's going to be here. So maybe this discussion is going to be a little hard to hear. What do we have here? So Justice is the first card over here. It has to be good. It has to be some sort of reckoning. What's at the heart of the reading? We have another Five of Wands, just like yesterday. Yesterday's reading, I just kind of looked at it and I realized well, what is it? And I realized that the Five of Wands from the other deck had moved down to 2 and there was just 5 obstacles. It really showed that there was a scaling down, that how there was things to conquer. Well, there's lots of people in the story here, and that's why there's a confusion here, because how does it all turn out, what's the last card here? Non-action. Find out what that really means, right? What's at the end of this deck here? A Five of Cups. So yeah, there's a full reflection on this side. You can see on this side there's all positive here, and all this side is dealing with it. So this must be this Mercury retrograde reflection. Is it us? Is it them? Someone's reflecting on some heartbreak here. It's probably everybody involved here, because whatever's going on, it includes some people. Right, and a heartbreak definitely includes another person. So, and then you have another person not taking an action. So yeah, this is a Mercury retrograde situation here one more time. So let's find out about this heartbreak, because this heartbreak came with a new beginning. It came with some conflict with a lot of people. And what do we have here? The end of this conflict has happened. This heavy burden is about to be thrown off here. What do we have here on this side here? We have a Tower. So this non-action here on this guy's end has turned to a non-action. And what's at the base of this reading? The Magician. The Magician has come to transform things. So that's where we are. What's on the last card here? Well, we're at the Four of Wands like we had yesterday. So 2 things we had yesterday was the Five of Wands that was in the middle of the deck, and we have the Four of Wands that ends in even the same deck, and it's the same exact thing here. The Two of Wands, the person looking at it, and the person here. See how amazing this is to actually have these things do this, because it addresses the Three of Swords one more time. It addresses the Three of Swords that in this case, yeah, look, the Justice card's here, and a Sun, and a Two of Pentacles. Let's move over here. Okay. This person is very aware that there's a duality going on, both people, everyone. But then some illumination comes along, right? The Sun, about something. Who knows what it was? That's probably that accelerated motion there. justice had to be served, and when that happened, someone finally was able to kind of like understand like what had happened here. Of course, it caused a non-speaking with the Queen of Swords, and that's who's here. But now when this person was looking back, they were able to skip this Two of Wands and go straight to a Four of Wands. Why? Because of this Magician. And because of this Tower. You know, the fact that this is in the upside down kind of like has me a little perplexed here, but it's like, I don't know. I guess letting fate happen here by not taking any action. It's breaking down no matter what. What was before this Four of Swords here? Yeah, that long wait of whatever, and here it is. Okay. Well, this was the truth coming out here. You know, this is it. This is the truth written here, whatever it must be. And obviously, the transformation happened after the heartbreak, and we see the Tower. They're falling. It was just a matter of time, right? But this ends on the Four of Wands. This ends in very fast motion to the future. This ends with some magician here. This ends with a reflection of what was lost. You know, this is an eight. Oh, my bad. This is an Eight of Cups. Sorry. This is a reflection of someone leaving, you know. And the truth. Well, sorry. Keep going. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Have a wonderful day. So in final recap of everything that's gone on in this reading is that you've come a long way and keep going to stay centered and ground, that your miracles and something that was bad is going to turn into something good. That was the whole point of this, right? Remember this whole thing says? It says ask for spiritual assistance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. You know, this heartbreak here that we're looking at, we're just are still here today in this current reading. But it's telling you over here to do not despair. You've come so far because of the fact that you have something that's amazing. That if you've achieved something that someone has a full deep desire for, and it has everything, you know, it's the magic of the cardinal, the sweet smell of the red rose, the darkness of this person, and you know, all of the ways that, you know, it's dangerous at the same time, you know, it makes everything so more interesting in life, you know. And if you bring that energy, that is your power, and please do. But at the time, we don't see that the truth is cutting through. The truth is cutting through, and that, you know, the painful truth, we're accepting them, we're seeing what they are, and we're putting some sort of like reasoning to them, and that's what this is about. But we're still here in this transformation process. You can see how like the tides are turning over here on this side, you know, and the return of this, you know, person here, to open this door of hope again. It's the reason for this Tower here again. It's the reason for this conflict. It's the reason for this whole rethought that has happened in this Eight of Mirrors, because this is also Eight of Cups, and this talks about why this triumphant success is here is because this person has chosen to return. They took a non-action over here, right? Because they couldn't. You know, they were in a row of transformation. But nevertheless, it was time for this house to fall down, and right in time for the magician to appear, to change everything around. into a Four of Wands, because it really did have to start over, because here we're at 10. So yeah, it's gonna end in a beginning of 4 again, and that's great, right? It's 11:11, hope from yesterday. So this kind of like continues a little bit. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. This was very much more like what, you know, you never know what to expect over here. But yeah. Well, happy Wednesday.